Welcome back. I'm excited to introduce to you a book that holds a magnifying glass to life in Charleston from the point of view of an African-American woman born in Civil War times. It's fascinating, informative, and bursting with charm. Joining me now with how you can get your hands on a copy is Lisa Foster and Mary Lou Coombs. Thanks for joining me this morning.
It's our pleasure.
So Lisa, you wrote the book, but Mary Lou, you played a very important role in writing the book. So tell us a little bit about that relationship.
Well, my most important thing is the diary. I'm the owner of the diary, and it was written at my grandmother's house in Charleston, and it was passed down to my mother and then to me.
So written by Janie Mitchell herself.
By Janie Mitchell.
And so how did you guys get together?
Well, we met when I wrote Our Charleston Volumes 1 and 2 for the Post and Courier. Mary Lou was a contributor, a photo contributor to this book, and we developed a friendship. And she asked me one day if I would like to look at something very special, and I very wisely said I would love to, and she showed me this piece of history, and we both knew something, it needed a wider audience.
Right, yeah, it seems like history buffs would be all over this.
All over it.
Civil War times, also during the Reconstruction, talk about attitudes during slavery. So why did you think it was so important?
Two reasons. Because of who Janie was. We have journals from slaves, we have journals from free black elite, but to my knowledge there is no journal from a free working class black person who became a slave during the Civil War, and then of course was freed after the war. So it's very special for that reason, very unique, and also because of what she wrote about. She wrote about her Charleston, and she describes landmarks as they were in Civil War times, and she mentions names and places and events.
And a lot of those landmarks are still standing.
Absolutely.
Correct? So, well, and I'm local. You know, I grew up in the Lowcountry, so definitely interesting to me. And a lot of people tied into the history in Charleston. So if people want to get this book, what do they need to do? You guys have a big party coming up on Friday, right?
We do. We have a release party coming up on Friday from 5:30 to 7:30?
5:30 to 7:30.
At 274 Calhoun Street in Charleston.
Which is where Janie was a slave in her childhood. So it's
so tying everything together.
Yes.
All right.
May I say something about it?
Sure.
Okay. It says, Janie Mitchell, reliable cook. She was a very reliable cook, but this does not have recipes in it. It's a recipe for living.
Gotcha.
From Janie.
Yeah. Sounds like a very interesting book. I might have to add that to my book list.
Good, good.
You will not be disappointed, I promise you, Sonia.
You'll be amazed.
Yes, I'm sure it'll be very interesting, especially since I grew up here.
Yep.
Thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
All right, well, when we return, we're getting you more grub for less green. We're back with coupon tips in just a few moments.